What's it been like having a week off, I guess, straight after the start of the season?
Yeah, really good. I think, the boys obviously get to freshen up a little bit more and but still work really hard on the track. We recovered like we would from any other game, but then had a big focus on improvement during the week at training. So we had a pretty solid hit out on Saturday, which was really good to consolidate our effort in round one. But we had some strong focuses we needed to work on, and we were able to sort of train on those before this week's game.
What were some of the things you need to work on after 70-point?
There's the natural next question, wasn't it? Yeah, probably our start coming out of the blocks and Q1 really let us down, we feel. So just a bit more explosiveness and coming out of the blocks.
Matt, sorry.
You go, Tom.
Logjam, a very good players coming back. A lot of pressure on the guys in the team to maintain their form, because there's probably 6 guys, 3 or 4 that were automatic selections last year.
Yeah, we know that competition for spots is really healthy and it's going to push everyone up. So especially with the competition now we've got down at Peel, where the boys can play and train together and really try and take themselves up to the next standard. So it's really going to push everyone along and keep everyone on their toes.
Anthony Morabito played well again at the weekend. Must be nice for the players to see him up and about and going so well.
Yeah, definitely. There's a big showing of players that went down and watched them, and just seeing him, string a few games together now it's really warming and pleasing to see. But it's also a reward for effort. It hasn't just happened by any accident. He's really dug in and put in the hard yards behind closed doors, both mentally and physically. So to see him go out there and use his left and his right and just show what he's really capable of, it's really pleasing.
Seems like the guys really rallied around him a bit as well. Every time he plays, there's plenty of guys down there watching him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we got so much support and so much care for one another, and that's what we're really building here with our culture. And obviously everyone knows Morrow's story and what he's been through, and just his mental resilience to keep backing up has been really impressive, and we definitely reward that.
Colin Sylvia had a bit of quad tightness on the weekend. Do you have any update on how he's going?
I think he's had a scan and we're still getting those results, but yeah, I think he'll just keep making sure that everything's right before he pushes on.
In your own form, you had a massive pre-season physically by all accounts. How do you feel about your pre-season and how you've started? And has your role changed at all this year?
It hasn't changed too dramatically. I mean, there's obviously with the rotation caps added a different element to the game, and players probably have to show a bit more versatility now. So a bit of upskilling in those sort of roles is something I probably need to continue to work with David Mundy, Nat Fyfe and players like that, in case I do need to step into the midfield and fill any roles where they need be. But in terms of the pre-season, everyone had a pretty big pre-season. There was lots of kilometres in the legs, and every pre-season's big, but everyone came back with a really strong focus to work on their fitness and improve themselves, and just to sort of consolidate the running into games.
You must have been pleased with your form in round one, Matt. You sort of had an impact, a lot of score involvements.
Yeah, I think that's my role in the team. I'm a high pressure player and trying to create turnovers where I can and help the team basically in any way I can. So everyone played their role in the night, and it was really good to be a part of. And it wasn't just any one player that was making things happen. It was really complementary team effort, and that's what we hope to build on moving forward.
Would you like to get a couple more goals on the board this year as part of sort of making yourself a more dangerous player as far as scoreboard impact?
Yeah, I think naturally, that's the next progression. Everyone has to try and can't be too defensive-minded, and they need to have the offensive side to their game. So it's definitely something I'm working on with Peter Sumich and trying to look for those opportunities.
Do you have to roll through Ablett to give Crowes a chop out at any stage this weekend? Have you done that in the past?
Oh, it's always a team approach to whoever Crowes does go to. More than likely to be Ablett, but there's also Prestia and O'Meara and these kids that are popping up and they're really dominating. So we've got to be really respectful and mindful of all players out there.
You expect to do a fair bit of running this week, given their youth and legs?
Yeah, exactly. Subio was obviously a big ground, and we expect them to come and bring a running game, and we'll have to be on our toes and match it and absorb it, and then go from there.
Matt, have you done, when you said you're working with Summer, any set shot for goal practice with Summer, or just basically goal kicking itself?
Yeah, set shots are a big part of everyone's weekly routine, and make sure we're building that in, and something we've probably added more into in the middle of sessions as well as just at the end. So that's been a bit of a focus as well, but just looking for opportunities in running patterns and things like that.
Your role's sort of a new part of football over the last probably 8-9 years. How would you describe your role in the team?
Yeah, it's tough to sort of articulate it, but I guess it's just that high pressure role and trying to create turnovers and then counter-attack football.
Yeah, sort of defensive forward, sort of that.
Turn defence into attack pretty quickly.
Ross Lyon says he'd like 2 goals a game for the team over the course of the season. What would you like in terms of extra goals over the course of the season to feel like you've taken a step forward?
Myself personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it's hard to put a number on it, but if you can be trying to hit it one a game, that'd be ideal, and make sure you're contributing that way, and making sure defenders have got to worry about you as well. But it's not a primary goal. I'll come back to my effort, and I'll come back to my pressure and my tackling and things that I can control. And if I can get on the end of it, that's icing on the cake for me.
Is it a different approach for Gold Coast at all this year? I mean, they look like they've stepped up again. In recent years, they've been sort of the easy beats, I guess, along with GWS. Is it more of a preparation into them this season time around?
No, we're really diligent with every team that we come up against, and we've got strict sort of measures that we do preparing for any other team. So today the players will have an individual look at players and at the team in general, and then as of tomorrow we'll go through them a lot more heavily, team dynamics and team manipulation from there.